with you. Yeah, 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 yeah. With you. All the time, girl, I wanna spend my life with you.
Hey loves, what's up? What's going on? Welcome back to my channel. I am Seiko Marley, and I know you already read that title. Yes, you're gonna be seeing me do my boyfriend's hair for the very first time on this channel. At first, he was getting his hair interlocked. And if you don't know what interlocking is, this technique, some people will usually use a crochet needle to help, and the end of the lock is pulled through the center of the root of that same lock. So I don't really do that on his hair. I'm not a professional, but I have always been the one to maintain his hair. Since we've been dating, I'm the one to wash his hair, part it, keep it looking nice and neat. So the loctician that he used to go to, she actually moved away quite some time ago, and ever since then I've been the one to just keep his hair maintained. This is all personal preference by him, and instead of retwisting using any product, I just go straight in with rubber bands that were soaked in oil, and that is the only thing that I put in his hair. So after a fresh wash, I make sure that his hair is dry enough at the ends and that they're not holding in any moisture, and his scalp stays wet for the time being while I'm parting. And it's easier to part once his hair is freshly washed, and I also don't want to cause him any pain, so I try to move quick. And I'm using this Krest Supreme 75 comb, and this comb I love so much because the teeth on this comb are so sharp that I don't use it on myself because it's just too sharp. Like, I'm scared I'm going to scratch my scalp up. So I don't really use this comb unless I'm looking for a clean part on myself. But for my boyfriend's hair, I use this comb all the time because it helps me get those nice clean parts. So again, I just make sure his hair is parted. I find those boxes. I grab all the hair up and I twist as if I'm doing a retwist, but I do not palm roll. That's another technique that people usually do when they're retwisting. But I'm just twisting the hair around. I usually twist the hair to the right, depending on which side I'm on. You should know what looks and feels better. I usually twist to the right, and if there's any excess hair that's very long, I'll pull it back up and twist it around the root only, and then I'll place the rubber band directly on the root. And every time I flip that rubber band, I'm making sure to continue to twist his lock so that all the hair stays in place and it can get rubber banded in a tight, secure position. I always keep scissors close by, mainly for that back section where the hair can get matted up and it's not as easy for me to pull the hair apart. I know it hurts a lot because even when pulling my hair apart, when it's tangled, it'll really hurt. So his personal preference is, if I cannot pull it apart with my hands, to just go ahead and cut it. So that's what I need the scissors for. I try not to use the scissors that much. I try for the most part to break the strands apart with my hands if I have to. And here you can see I'm done with these back 2 rows. They're parted and rubber banded. And again, I just use that comb and I comb and blend that new growth into the lock. And I just go ahead and twist it around. Sometimes I like to give my boyfriend a little massage in that little box. I'll just use the comb to scratch his scalp, almost like you're scratching for dandruff. I like to do that because I know it can feel very itchy sometimes when you can't reach that part of your scalp that's covered by hair, especially locked up. Because when I have box braids in, my scalp itches like crazy. So on wash days for him, I'll use the comb and I'll stick it in that little box and try to give him a little massage, a little scalp massage. And yeah, I'll just continue to twist. Sometimes it's easier for me to go ahead and part that top section, capture all the hair, twist it, and then set them aside, and then I'll rubber band all of them later on once I'm done. Sometimes I'll just rubber band them one by one as I go. And again, I used no product, no wax. He doesn't want it. It's his personal preference. Again, I used no product. This is after a fresh wash. His scalp, for the most part, creates enough oil for his hair to grow. His hair is extremely long. And since I met him, his locks were above his shoulder and now they're past mid-back. So when he first let me start messing around in his hair, we used to retwist and I would use those pins to pin up his hair. I'd use wax. And I would definitely say that I needed those back then when his hair was shorter and thicker. I didn't feel like I needed the wax and the pins to keep his hair in place when retwisting. But now that his hair is at this length, he definitely doesn't need pins. They stay wherever I place them. And his locks are totally mature, so I will place these rubber bands in his hair and we will leave them in until they pop or until the next wash day, where I would then cut out any rubber bands that were left over. But his locks are very mature now, so all I have to do is place these rubber bands and his hair does the rest. As you can see, I did not just start doing this. I've been doing his hair for about 4.5 years now, and his hair locks perfectly and evenly. So we've continued doing this method. Sometimes I'll do styles. If you guys want to see me do more styles in his hair, let me know down below. We'll be happy to film that for you guys. This is a regular for us. I'm always the one to wash his hair and retwist it, make sure it's nice and cleaned up. And I try not to use any blow dryer on his hair either, you know, I try not to use the blow dryer on my hair. I try not to use it on his hair either, so I will try to wash his hair on a very sunny day. Once we're done getting it washed in the morning, he'll go out in the sun and it will be all dried up by the afternoon. And here I'm just going back and checking to make sure that I put rubber bands on each lock, or else they will not stay in place. I will flip the hair through the rubber band about 3 times and only twice in the front of his head where he's tender-headed. And that was it, guys. I'm done. This is the final product. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know, what did you guys think of this? If you want us to film more videos, let me know down below. Make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. Make sure you are subscribed because you don't want to miss out on any new videos. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you in the next video. Bye.